Jana Duggar has always stood out, not just as one of 19 siblings, but as a symbol of quiet strength and patience. For years, fans and critics alike watched, speculating about her life. Why was the second oldest Duggar still single while her younger siblings moved on with marriages and families of their own? Questions swirled and assumptions grew. Then, everything changed. A surprise announcement shattered expectations and flipped the narrative. But there's more to this story than meets the eye, much more. In this video, you'll uncover a transformation that's caught everyone off guard. From her emotional reflections to a stunning new chapter that redefines her public image, Jana's journey is nothing short of remarkable. And if you think you know where this is heading, hold on. The biggest reveal is waiting for you at the end, something that even her most loyal followers didn't see coming. Stay with us, and by the end, you'll understand why Jana Duggar's real size is about far more than just a number. For years, Jana Duggar was known as the family member who stayed behind. While her siblings married and started families, she remained in the background, weathering whispers and assumptions. Many speculated, was she too picky? Was there something holding her back? Jana herself admitted to feeling the weight of those questions. Watching others celebrate milestones she longed for wasn't easy. Then came the turning point. Jana surprised everyone by announcing her marriage to Wissman, a name fans might remember from her past. Their relationship had ended years ago, but in a twist no one expected, they reconnected. And this time it was different. Jana described Steven as someone whose character stood the test of time, a true friend who became her partner. The wedding itself was nothing short of grand. With 500 guests in attendance, it wasn't just a celebration of their union, but also a defining moment in Jana's story. Finally, the chapter she had been waiting for began. But this wasn't just about tying the knot. It was about stepping into a new identity, one that felt earned after years of waiting and trusting in something bigger than herself. But what happened after the wedding? That's where the story gets even more interesting. A new home, a fresh start, and a decision that took her far from everything she'd ever known. Stick around because the next chapter will reveal how Jana is crafting a life that's all her own and the surprising way her real size fits into it all. After the vows were exchanged and the celebration settled, Jana Duggar did something unexpected. She left the familiarity of Arkansas, her family, and everything she had known to begin a new chapter in Nebraska with her husband, Wissman. It wasn't just a move, it was a statement. Jana was ready to embrace a life that was entirely hers, built from scratch. The couple's first major project together, renovating a house. This wasn't just about creating a home, it symbolized building their foundation as a team. Jana, known for her love of design and DIY, threw herself into the process. Gardening, repurposing old pieces, and bringing spaces to life, she was in her element. For someone who had spent years in the shadow of a bustling family, this project gave her a chance to showcase her individuality. And then there's Steven, the man who walked back into her life and changed everything. According to Jana, his unwavering support and genuine character were what drew her back to him. Together, they're creating a life that blends their shared interests and their vision for the future. But here's where things take a curious turn. While Jana's life in Nebraska paints a picture of peace and progress, her subtle shifts in style and public presence hint at a transformation far beyond her surroundings. What's driving this evolution, and how does it connect to her real size? Stay tuned, because the next part will leave you rethinking everything you know about Jana Duggar. Just when fans thought they had Jana Duggar figured out, she revealed a side of herself that no one saw coming. During a family camping trip, Jana debuted a striking new look: bleach blonde hair that immediately turned heads. For someone who was often seen as reserved and traditional, this change sent a clear message. Jana was embracing a new chapter, inside and out. This wasn't just about hair color. It was about stepping into her own identity. The Jana Duggar who quietly followed the rules of her upbringing was now making choices that reflected her personal growth. Some saw it as a symbol of freedom, others as a bold statement of individuality. Either way, it had everyone talking. Her evolving style didn't stop there. Through subtle updates on social media, Jana shared glimpses of her life that felt fresh and renewed. From her home projects to her daily life in Nebraska, every detail seemed to hint at a woman who was thriving, not just surviving. Yet, she remained true to her core, grounded and focused on what mattered most. But there's still one question hanging in the air: what does all this have to do with her real size? It's a detail that's easy to overlook but impossible to ignore once you see the bigger picture. And the answer ties into a deeper narrative about who Jana is becoming. Stay with us as we unpack the final piece of this story. You'll not only understand the significance of Jana's real size, but also why it's a powerful reflection of her journey. Ready for the conclusion? Jana Duggar stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall, a fact that might seem trivial at first glance. But in the context of her story, it represents so much more. Her height places her firmly in the middle, not too tall, not too short. And perhaps that's the perfect metaphor for her life. For years, Jana seemed to linger in the background, caught between family expectations and her personal desires. But now her real size isn't just a measurement. It's a reflection of balance, strength, and confidence. In a family as large and complex as the Duggars, standing out isn't easy, but Jana has found a way to do just that, not through loud declarations or dramatic moves, but through quiet determination and authentic growth. Her height, her poise, and her presence symbolize how she's carved out her own space in a world where she was often overshadowed. The real size of Jana Duggar is about more than just physical stature. It's about the emotional and spiritual growth she's experienced, the confidence she's gained, and the life she's building on her terms. From her marriage to Wissman, to her life in Nebraska, to her striking new style, every piece of her story shows how she's embracing who she truly is. Here's why this matters to you. Jana's journey is a reminder that no matter how long it takes, your moment will come. Patience, faith, and a commitment to what truly matters will always lead you to the life you're meant to live. And when that moment arrives, it's not about how big or small you are, it's about the size of the life you've created. Now, here's something for you to think about. What's your real size? Not just in physical terms, but in the way you show up in your life, your relationships, and your dreams. Share your thoughts in the comments, because stories like Jana's aren't just about her, they're about all of us. Thank you for watching. Take a moment to reflect on your own story and what it means to truly stand tall.